So guys, today I wanted to show to you a very interesting thing that I tested. I saw some people complaining about this, but I really wanted to put it to the test. So, the MI-28NM, the most advanced helicopter maybe in the Russian tech tree, is pretty much immune to missiles that are guided by something that it's not SACLOS. And even the radars are working in a very weird way. So, we did test it out to see how this protection is working. I don't know if it's the President S system or whatever system it's using, but I feel like it is a bit much, a little bit bugged maybe, I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments what you think about this. I kind of know already what you think, but still, you're gonna have an idea here. So it doesn't matter if you have countermeasures, if you don't have countermeasures, if you are flying towards the target, for some reason, the digital IRCM or something like that makes all the missiles just go kaput and turn away, right? You are basically immune to all missiles. You know, once you get really close to the target, then he can fire a missile and get you killed. But overall, and depending on the aspect and stuff, there, like, it's on and off sometimes depending on the missile and the seeker of the missile. But you can see clearly what is happening here. The missile just doesn't go to the helicopter, you know? It doesn't like to kill the helicopter. Once you get close enough, it works, but it is a very weird thing. And even when you are flying kind of sideways, it is a little bit absurd. I know, guys. I know. These vehicles, they do have one of the most modern systems out there, maybe, of defense for an aircraft, right? But it is a little bit too much, maybe. I don't know. I have a feeling that it's a little bit too much sometimes. And I think there's a Chinese helicopter that has that as well, right? But overall, you will see a lot of these happening, especially against the Iris-T. I noticed that the Iris-T, the AIM-9X, right? They were missiles that were really bad against this helicopter, which means that you can just get in and get out and kill everybody without getting hit if these AAs are in the area, right? Of course, against the SACLO system, you can still get killed, but even in the SACLO ones, I had a friend in a Panzer there as well, and he wasn't able to actually, you know, use the, you know, the radar to actually find me properly and fire a missile with the radar lock, right? It was always kind of locking the side and not properly the helicopter. So a very funny thing. So if you have an MI-28NM, you can get out there and stomp these AA systems. Remember, you have to be flying with a certain speed. I noticed that when you are flying standing still, it doesn't work properly. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it does not, depending on the countermeasures and stuff. It's a little bit more of a chance there that happens. But once you're getting a move on, when you are flying towards the target, or even away, but flying, you know, in a certain speed, you will be able to be immune to these missiles to a certain extent, right? So, as you saw, I mean, if you get close enough, he can get you killed, but it is just very funny. We even tested against the AIM-9X and AIM-120C7 and stuff, and it was kind of happening the same. Sometimes it would work with the C7s, but the AIM-9X, I don't think killed me, not even once, right? The missile was just going sideways to another place, and you would just stay alive. It's kind of funny even, because the AIM-9X, you cannot even see the missile because it has like a low visibility burner, right? Which means that you basically don't know that a missile is coming towards you, and not even the mouse like the mouse was actually detecting it. The missile was just missing. So it was very funny to see this. It feels a little bit like Russian bias. I gotta be honest. I mean, I know some of these helicopters do have some of these systems in real life, right? And it is an on and off kind of thing. Sometimes it works very well, sometimes it does not, right? So it's something that you have to have a little bit of a grain of salt to complain about because of that. But at the same time, I think it's a little bit too much, right? Even when he fired multiple missiles, indeed, the system wouldn't actually stop working and the missiles would just miss. So in this case, for example, he was firing some AIM-9Xs at me, but you don't even see the missiles. You don't detect them on the malls, but they are there, and they are not killing me. They're just going sideways, right? So it's a very, very interesting helicopter because of that, right? Who needs a stealth feature when you have this defense system that basically makes all these IR missiles don't work? And even radar missiles, like I said, even the IMUNE-20s, they were not particularly working 100% against this helicopter. It is kind of funny and even a little bit absurd when you really pay a close attention to it. Again, I understand that these systems, they exist in real life and they are being used in this aircraft, if I'm not mistaken. But at the same time, it feels like it's a little bit too much. So maybe Gaijin needs to rework on them. I don't know. You tell me if you know something a little bit more about these systems, how they work in real life and stuff. Of course, majority of the information that we have about these are classified, right? So it's kind of hard to even understand how particular they work in a particular way, you know. But, you know, overall, it is probably making the MI-28 be the best helicopter you can have right now in top tier, especially for Russia, because although the K-52 has some major systems as well, I don't think they are implemented like this in the game, right? And you have the Vikir there. Here we have the Chrysanthema, which is a very good missile as well, right? So probably the best helicopter we have in the game, I would say, just because it is for now at least. Let's wait and see if they fix this or change it up. There is a lot of people complaining about. I have a feeling that Gaijin thinks that this is kind of realistic, because it honestly, for the helicopter's sake, it doesn't feel like a bug. You know, it feels like something intentional, I would say, right? It feels like a defense system that they actually implemented. But my friends were telling me that, you know, it was a bit kind of like the radar wasn't really working very well. It was like having one of those stowed ECM systems that, for example, the Eurofighter has in real life, right? It felt like you had something that was flying together with you, that was drawing everything to it. That was kind of the feeling over here, right? So it's kind of funny, very weird. I don't know if it's a bug or a feature, but very weird thing. You guys tell me in the comments, what do you think about the MI-28? I know you guys are gonna, you know, say a lot of things about Russian bias and stuff, but yeah, feel free to comment down below what you think. Leave a like, leave a comment, and basically this is it. So thank you all the members and patrons, and this was it. The MI-28 is indeed a substantial threat to the new AA systems with this defense system that it currently has. So kind of scary, isn't it? But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and bye, guys. I see you guys on the next one. Bye. See ya.